Hello, hello. Concentric, back streaming Valheim once again. You guys know the drill. We're to get right back into it. So last we left off, I had just defeated Bone Mass, and I took his head to mount it at the spawn platform. We're just gonna go take another look, because, holy hell was that a release. Oh, there it is. This big, ugly fucking mug. Just like that. Delightful. So, with the defeat of Bone Mass, we got the Wishbone, right? So we can find treasures. It'll start pinging us when we are getting near treasures. And it's going to be very helpful for finding silver, according to Hugin, at least. Finding silver in the mountains. So that's going to be the next major goal. Now I say the next major goal because I think my goal for today's stream, and potentially next, I mean, almost certainly the next stream as well, in some capacity, I want to start trying to move house. I don't mind where I'm currently built. Not by any means. But I just think that we could maybe do a little moving. Do a little better. Find a cooler spot. I don't know with certainty where that will be, to be honest with you. I've been sort of, pondering some ideas, pondering the orb, if you will, for my wizards out there. I think I would like to live on the little islands that we found, I believe, down south a few parts ago when we were, I think when we were looking for the merchant. To me, that feels, I don't know, more comfortable. I mean, because once you take over an island fully, if it's a small enough island, you don't really have any, enemies spawning, or if you get the attacks, like the random event attacks, you don't get anything spawning then. It's just generally kind of nice and easy. It does suck a little bit because you can't, just step outside and like hunt and stuff, get deer and boars. Also, this pinging is the wishbone. So that's what the pinging is like, if you're curious. I will not be seeking the treasure that is there because I'm just far too lazy, and it is not worth it. It's not worth it for me, personally. So, but anyways, yeah, finding an island to live on. That's generally kind of what I want to do. I don't know that I'll follow through doing that. But I think I'm just going to... I think I'm going to focus on gathering some materials and things for today. And maybe doing some scouting. I want to try to balance convenience with, security and scenery. So, while an island is, I think, pretty solid on the last two, is a pretty inconvenient living location. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what I want to choose in the long term. Could also maybe choose to live next to a mountain. Or on a mountain, even. Mountains are cool. Figuratively and literally. So, there's a lot of thoughts just floating around in there. Basically, it's a long-winded way of saying, I probably won't be going for like a bunch of mountain shit today, and today will just be sort of a chill out and do some other stuff day. Also, this tree is, so he's pretending to still be a tree, but he's already dead. So, But yeah, that's sort of my overview for this stream. I do apologize if I sound a little nasally. I just woke up a little while ago, so my sleep schedule is busted. So just still in my wake up mode, but I wanted to stream, so I wanted to stream really badly. So here I am. Simple as that. I don't really have a place to throw bone masses heads, so they're just gonna go in there for now. Alright. So let's just think for a moment here. Let's repair our shit. Let's consider our options. Living in the Black Forest is always obnoxious, so I don't want to do that. I would like to live in meadows, I think. Oh, I wanted to plant some carrots real quick. Carrots and others. I would like, wherever I settle, to have a sufficiently large farm. I'm going to seed some turnips as well. Just because I don't know where all the turnips went. I think we use them all for stews, so. But yeah, farms, a little bit important. Just a little bit. So having a decent sized one would be nice. An island is also going to be kind of inhibitive of that. Are these too close together? They don't care, right? No, that's not close. Too close. Okay. So an island would be kind of inhibitive of that. What I'm thinking, maybe, I don't remember how big the island is the problem. I don't have a good sense of, you know, land mass, square footage, if I were to move to the island. That being said, I get the feeling that even if the island is a little tight, I could do maybe something where we leave like the island itself open, or the central part of the island kind of open, and use it as like a farmland, almost like a courtyard. And then, you know, maybe using some stone and other stuff, some creative building techniques. We sort of, you know, build around the perimeter of the island, kind of like a castle with a courtyard in the middle, if that makes sense. So I kind of like that idea. It feels novel enough in a way to be pretty interesting. Sorry, just focusing on my spacing here. I start yapping and I either place too far apart or too close together. So. $24 left? Alright. I probably have enough space, actually. I think I've done pretty well here. Usually I'm all over the place for space, but not to toot my own horn, but I think I did pretty good on this one. Four more? Alright. There we go. Alright, now I don't know if we have enough space to seed the turnips, per se. Let's give it a shot, though. How many do we have? 45? Alright. Oh, I forgot to change my fucking stream. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh god. What do I even call it? Shopping around. Maybe. Every goddamn time. Every time I stream, I forget to set up the fucking stream info. I forget to change the title, you know. Oh my god. I think last time I said I was getting better at it too. That was a lie. Okay. So this is a pretty good planting spread we got here. I feel like I can maybe squeeze in like a couple more on the back side here. Oh, did I do it? Yeah, nice. Alright, we got a big healthy field. That's what you want to see. Alright, so I'll let those grow and sort of, you know, do their thing. Just while we're pondering and building and gathering. Speaking of pondering, so let's think. Let's weigh out our options a little bit. I don't want to go too far from the mainland, but then again, there's nothing really on the mainland that I desperately need. It's my most familiar, you know, territory, I guess. But there's nothing inherently, you know, needed here. It's not necessary to stay here. And moving is going to be a pain in the ass too. If I have to boat stuff back and forth like half a dozen times, that's really going to suck. Living out on the ocean is going to mean that too. But I mean, really anywhere out on the ocean is going to pose some unique logistical issues, I will say. You know, God forbid I want to go like harvest some wood or something, because that's just going to be a task to do. But it doesn't really, you know, living on mainland or a larger landmass doesn't really resolve the logistical problem of, say, going and getting iron, or exploring to find another boss, or, you know, stuff like that. It's not the greatest impact, but alright. Here's what we'll do. I'm going to sleep for the night, as I'm doing now. I'm going to go gather a lot of wood. Enough wood to... What the fuck was that? Hello? It's just... What? Who's getting killed? And why? Yeah, a deer was killed. Was there a skeleton out here or something? What? Huh? What happened? Okay, that was weird, but whatever. I want to get enough wood to fill the rest of the boat. I want to take enough stuff that I can repair all my tools and just set down like a basic forge and workbench. I say basic enough to do all the repairs, so level 2 for both. I mean, I've already got the materials and everything to do that. Already loaded into the boat, so that's not that big of a deal. I would like to get some more core wood, potentially. Yeah, so maybe that's what we're waiting for. I mean, I would like to ferry some stone there as well eventually, but it's a little bit lower priority. I'm not exactly hell-bent on moving a bunch of stone out to an island in the middle of the ocean. At this exact moment, at least. So let's go gather some... You know what? Actually, hold on. I have seeds, don't I? Is it fir or is it pine? I've forgotten. I think it's fir. No. It's pine. Ah, shit. I'll just go check. Yeah, there. Put all this meat away, too. Great. And actually, I'll put that stuff away as well. Okay. So let's go do a little run around. Let's go grab some core wood. Actually a lot in here. So my partner did a lot of chopping. A lot of gathering. But I don't want to encroach too much on her stuff, you know. I mean, you know, we're ultimately going to build at the same base and do similar things. It's just I don't want her to do a bunch of gathering and then I just swoop in and take it all. It just seems like a dick move. Also, yes, I was correct. It is pine. That's good. It's good that I'm not crazy. So, yeah, a lot of the trees here have been massacred. Not great. So maybe I just focus on getting regular wood. I don't want to have to hunt down a bunch of fir trees. I'll plant the existing fir trees, maybe. Like the ones that I've got in my pocket here. Or pine trees? Yeah, existing pine trees. Jesus, I'm gonna keep mixing those up, I guarantee it. I'll plant the existing pine trees just over, you know, my little spot over there where I planted all the birch before. And then, we'll just go massacre some beech trees and stuff. Let me grab my cultivator. Oops. Man, this fish really is kind of in the way, huh? That's like a perfectly positioned annoyance. Because look, if you're like... Because it's technically on the fish. That's the worst. Expertly engineered to be annoying. I respect it. Get this shit out of here. I don't want this either. Okay. So I'll just throw all the pine saplings over here. And they can grow and you know, do whatever, do their thing. While I chop other trees. And then, you know, that'd be a nice little influx of core wood. I should have grabbed some honey and stuff. That's my bad. Maybe I'll do that real quick. I want to give them enough room to grow, because if they're positioned too close and they can't grow, then it's just going to be a pain in my ass. Something like this. Just give them lots of breathing room, and there we go. Great. Looks good. Let's grab a little bit of honey, and you know what? Maybe let's really treat ourselves. Let's grab some yellow mushrooms too. And I'll actually put away most of the food that I've got currently, because I don't really need it. What do I need a massive health buff for? You know, what does that do for me when I'm chopping trees? I'd rather just suck down a bottle of infinitely renewable honey. Although I guess arguably the yellow mushrooms are not really renewable, but counterpoint, shut up. There we go. You know what? I'll put that up there. I'll put that there. And let's just grab... Yeah. This lasts for 10, this lasts for 15. Good enough. Yeah, good enough. And then if I could really... It'd be really nice to get, you know, a big fat stack of carrots, too. That's why I really want to get a massive farm going. Just so that I can start using carrots and shit as fodder. You know. Just the... I want to have a lot of stamina and use something that's cheap foods. Anything to achieve that goal. I also need to go get some more iron. I don't know if I'll do that today or not. Just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm gonna chop trees for a little bit though and just, you know, let things happen as they may. I guess I should be a responsible logger and chop my stumps. Oh shit, holy shit. Oh my god. My whole life just flashed before my eyes. Alright, you know, let's just start chopping every single goddamn tree. And just let them do the heavy lifting. You know? Oh, they're gonna fall into another tree and break it most of the way for me? Great. Just gotta be careful not to get crushed. Shouldn't be too bad. Holy shit, holy shit. God. Wow. not really sure. You know, I didn't start out here chopping with like a number in mind. I'm starting to think maybe I should have. Because it's quickly developed into me just going, you know what? Let's just chop with my heart. You know, whenever it feels right, I'll call it good. I'm starting to think maybe that wasn't the healthiest decision. But we simply do not know. Alright, I'm gonna do one of these, right? And you're probably wondering, what is this? What is one of these? It's one of these. It's not for repairing or anything, mind you. It'd be for storage. Can I do like a... Doesn't have to be perfect. But I just want to do a little something. Just a little something like this. I'm going to be chopping with my heart. I should at the very least have some decent storage set up, right? That feels like it makes sense. Can you change the snapping on chests? No, I guess they don't snap anywhere. That kind of makes sense. Never mind. You know what? Hot take. They should make it so chests snap to things. Because I don't think it's a hot take at all, but kind of feels like it might be. They should like not by the default, right? You shouldn't just whip out a chest placement and then it begins snapping everywhere in your house. But you should be able to change the snapping options from like free place to, I don't know, snap to like a corner or something, or like a beam, something. Because I mean, I can freehand it pretty okay. I'm not gonna claim to be good at it, let alone, you know, like the best at it. But it would be nice not having to think about it. Just being like, oh, let me slap down a dozen chests on a wall. And they're all uniformly spaced and nice looking. Just because. Alright, we've started the great choppening. Ah, you know what I should do? I mean, I don't know if it's actually worthwhile to do it. Maybe I should go get the Elder's Power. That makes it your like wood chopping more efficient or whatever. Or faster. What is it? Something like that. Maybe I should go grab that. I intend to be chopping trees for an extended period of time, that might be handy to have. Alternatively, is it handy enough that it outweighs just not doing that and chopping for the time that I would be running there? That I don't know. Man, I really wish I could break a log in a singular downward swing. Sometimes I can. Sometimes like that it works. But here, like, yeah, see? How does it go from doing 60 something to 50? That seems to be roughly the threshold. There we go. I guess that would be nice, because it would probably make that work every single time. Felt so nice. Just straight down the middle. My positioning was perfect. Excellent. I guess one alternative that I could do is try to find an island that's sort of off the coast a little. Because I think I've seen a couple of examples, even on the mainland here. Like, even up the coast where I boated a few times. Granted, I think they were right next to, like, Black Forest and stuff, but... I mean, at least they would be convenient. If I need to, you know, dip inland for a minute to do some shit. It wouldn't be like a multi-day journey to go gather wood. I mean, that seems pretty valuable. But probably not as safe either. I also kind of want to experiment a little bit, just to see... I mean, I'm not going to really be able to test the effectiveness of it. But I want to see how certain things can be built. I really like the idea of... even if I build on an island or whatever, it's gonna be more of a thing if I'm building on land somewhere. But essentially lining the walls of, you know, because I'm imagining stone walls. I'm imagining like a stone keep, or at the very least a stone security wall of some kind. Lining the outside of the walls with those defensive spikes. So anything that touches them just gets spiked. And just having a shitload of those. I don't know how practical that is. But I like the idea. It feels right. And it feels like it would be aesthetically just nice, you know? You look at like a big stone keep and you're like, ah, yeah, that shit's secure. It's locked up tight. You look at a stone keep that's got spikes at the bottom of the walls on every single side. You're like, damn, no way I'm getting in there. Or like, no way enemies are getting in there, I guess. But damn, we're kind of low on boar meat. How'd that happen? What the fuck? I mean, considering we have like 100 and some odd deer meat, 40 boar meat's kind of pathetic. Alright, I may have to rectify that. Let's do a little eat for the night. I should throw some more furniture in this house though, too, just to increase the rested bonus a bit more. Oh, sorry if you guys can hear me drinking. We've got a cup of sweet tea, and it's in the spot. It's very sweet, and it's a little much to just be drinking straight. I don't really like drinking sugary drinks straight up, but Oh, it's nice though. I can't deny that. What? I'm not even trying to fight you, sir. I've really been enjoying Valheim so far. I mean, I would imagine that's kind of a prerequisite for even wanting to do a run like this. So, you know, maybe that sounds obvious, but as much as I was frustrated with searching for the bone mass spawner and I don't know, that whole fucking rigmarole, it's been pretty fun. Just being back in it and, you know, building shit and gathering stuff and exploring and I don't know if I ever come off as like annoyed by the whole thing, but it tends to be very impermanent annoyance for what that's worth. Really should have built this closer. I was afraid I was going to get crushed by trees as I was chopping, but it's proving to just be a bit of a pain in the ass. Let's shove the... It's going to be my, like, random crap box. Just extra stuff that I'm collecting from, from existing in the same location as it. So peaceful out here. Throw a bit of stone in there too. I'm wondering maybe if I, you know, once I'm satisfied with the amount of wood I've collected, I don't know, maybe I push back building a new home. I was pretty adamant on doing that today. Oh, just a sec. I see. I was pretty adamant on doing that today. And I still want to scope out some areas for it, if I can. Even just while I'm doing other things. But it just feels like such a daunting task. I'm very much of the mindset that if I'm going to do something, I want to do it well enough that I don't really need to do it again. If I can, of course. And it just feels like moving my house to somewhere else. I can do it. It'd be a pain in the ass, but I can do it. But the question is, am I going to need to do it again eventually? Or is this going to be where I live for the rest of this run. And ideally, if I do move house, I want it to be where I'm going to live for the rest of the run, right? Makes sense to me. Basically, what I'm saying is I want to make this decision very carefully. It's not something I want to take lightly. Because if it ends up being an annoying spot, either logistically or just the enemies that show up, cough cough, Black Forest, cough cough, then, you know, that's probably going to mean I'll have to move again. Or I'll just be annoyed for the rest of the run. Which I also don't really want. Okay, not too shabby. I think I've got about 2 boxes of wood now, right? Maybe a little less, but once I chop up the rest of this, it'll definitely be 2 boxes. Especially if I keep going for saplings. I will say that it seems like wildlife doesn't bother attacking stone. At least not like animals and stuff. Like boars and necks. They don't mess with stone. Graylings, I think, still do. But they're sort of the bane of everybody's existence, so it's to be expected. But it's just sort of nice to know in the context of if I do build a stone wall or a keep out of stone, at least the animals will leave me alone. Alright, feature idea. They should add in a coal-powered chainsaw. Could be good, right? Wait, did a deer die? Oh, no, it's a skeleton that killed it. I thought a deer died to the to the log. I was like, how does that even happen? They get scared by me existing in one city block of them. No way a tree snuck up on them. No, jeez. What? Go away. Hold on, I'm gonna make another box for more garbage. 1 second. There. And garbage, garbage, garbage. Man, he really went ham on the trees here, huh? He maybe a little overboard. I just want to live somewhere like relatively flat. I don't hate my current location. It's not bad, but it is like it's on an incline. I can't really expand up this way. Although I guess it could be kind of good. I don't know. Now that I'm talking about it, maybe I have some ideas. Maybe there's some ideas rattling around. Yeah, I got something cooking up. I got there's a thought in my brain. A potential construct, if you will. All right. Let's kill this pig as well. I need boar meat. I should really try to do like the pig taming, right? I know that's a thing. I've just never really had enough of a need for boar meat to bother with it. Also, it just seems like it's, I don't know. I just don't really like it. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's just because you gotta like coax the pig into like a pen and then throw some like berries or something down, something that it likes. You gotta wait for it to eat them all, so it's tamed. It's just a whole ordeal. But God forbid the pen ever get busted open, because then the pigs will just leave. Like, I know there's some logic to it, and if you understand that logic, you can kind of tip things in your favor, I guess. But no, my brain's just too small for that. Also, it feels like it puts a really, really huge emphasis on finding a 2-star pig, which I don't particularly enjoy. Feeling like I'm fucking things up if I don't have a 2-star pig, or feeling like it's like a waste of time because I'm taming a no-star pig or something. I get that that's totally on me, but just knowing that even if I tame 2 pigs and I'm happy with it, could be so much better if I had a higher tier pig, Although I have to do it again later. It's kind of back to the same thing. I want to be one and done. I want to do it and think to myself, great, I don't need to tame any more pigs. I'm good. Can't do that. Can't do that when you've tamed the wrong star pig. You're gonna have to do it again at some point or another. Well, I guess you don't have to, but you're gonna put yourself at a disadvantage, most likely. And I guess in a roundabout way, it's like I only have so much budget to deal with that, and I could spend it dealing with the pigs. But I can just hunt pigs. It's not necessary for me to have a pig farm. It may be convenient. It's not required. In fact, I kind of enjoy hunting pigs a little more than I would enjoy training. Or like, you know, waiting. Even if it's less time efficient overall. But keeping in mind that I have a limited budget of patience for taming as a mechanic, I do recall reading at some point, and I don't know if this is true, that there are other animals that you have to tame later, or that you can tame. And from what I understand, their benefits are not gained unless you tame them. So pigs, I can just hunt and kill and whatever. These other animals, I have to tame them. So if I can only be bothered taming a few overall, I might as well save it for those, right? That makes sense to me, at least. May not be logically sound, I guess, but you know, win is anything. Bad argument, but that's all I got, guys. Okay. I think that's all the trees that I had chopped here. So that came out to about... Hold on, there's a pig there. Nice. So that came out to about 2.5 boxes of wood. Give or take. 2.5 regular boxes, a little over. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Not too shabby at all. I'm going to leave most of this crap here. Let's just grab like the meats and odds and ends. The wood I'm just going to leave for now. I think I'm almost certain I'll end up using it all, but I just want to leave it for now. Also, can I break these stones? Okay, yeah, you can. Great. That makes that a little easier. Get away from the plants, you stupid seagull. I don't know if you can actually eat them, if it even matters, but I just don't want them sniffing my carrots. Taking a hard stance on it. Okie dokie. I also stacked my honey away. I did not mean to do that. Here. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. Bear with me here. I'm thinking, and I might want to chop some trees out towards this side, but I'm thinking I do like a kind of a U-shaped wall, utilizing this ocean front as sort of the fourth wall, if that makes sense. I'll put little gatehouses along the path here so I can still go out both sides and then up that way. So I'll have 3 entrances, and then I'll have a dock. Ideally, this wall would be constructed primarily of stone. It doesn't. I want it to be quite high, but it doesn't necessarily need to be... What's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't need to be a full-height stone wall, right? So I'm thinking, you know, maybe I build it to be, let's say, as tall as this smelter. Maybe a little bit taller in terms of stone. But I want it to be, like, even higher, maybe with some core wood. Maybe kind of like something like this. Here, where's the core wood? Maybe just like a bit of core wood, you know, stacked together. So it looks like kind of spears, I guess. like a proper log wall. See if we can even do that. I think that's a good place to start. Actually, you know what? Is there stone in here? Yes, there is. Good job, honey. Also, I said I wasn't going to use her building materials, and here I am. I know I need to sleep for the night, but I just want to test this. I have ideas churning through my mind. So if I do like that, does this? No. Okay. I was hoping to. I mean, I can sort of freehand it. That's sort of lame though. Is there any wood in here? It's fine wood. Do I really not have any wood? I guess she probably put it in the box. I don't know if that was faster or not, but whatever. Okay, but imagine I've got like that there. Oh, no, that doesn't quite work. I mean, I guess you could kind of use it as to, you know, like shoot through and things. It's not like the worst. It's not the worst, but I don't really love it. Feels more like a schoolyard fence than a defensive wall structure. All right, let me sleep. Let me sleep, and we'll do some more test construction in the morning. I don't want to get attacked tonight, anyways. All right. Let's see what we're working with here. Well, first let's kill this fucking guy. Totally unnecessary. Okay. So, let's say, right, say we've got a defensive wall like this. And oh my god. Are they all about to do that? Are they all about to grow in that same that tree growing was fucking, that might be one of the silliest things I've ever seen. That was kind of incredible. So these don't seem to want to snap like offset. Geez, you'd probably have to do it with these, huh? Or actually, I guess if you did maybe like that. Yeah. I like that. Okay. And then one more up. And I really wish the range for this was larger. Can I just... There. Okay. So imagine we do a staggered stone wall a bit like this. Just because it looks kind of silly with that way. And then as well, right, we've got... I'm not going to place them just because I don't think you get part of the wood back. Okay. So these are a little trickier. Also, they don't snap. I was hoping they would just snap to the bottom of this. That's a little unfortunate. I mean, they don't seem to have any snapping points whatsoever, but I'm just going to try them on the wood as well. Yeah, they don't snap, and they seem to require being in the ground. That could be better. That could be better. I was sort of imagining having them, like, you know, tiered. So I have spikes here, spikes at the bottom. I have just 3 layers. So if a troll or something wanders up and happens to brush the wall, just eviscerated. I mean, probably not eviscerated, but cause they don't deal that much damage. But it's in my mind, all right. So let's get back to core wood. Right. That's... Yeah, it's like the width of one of these guys. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. If I do this at like an angle, you think that would work? If I did something like, oh shit, I can't even do it because of the build range. All right, hold on. Let me grab some wood. I mean, keeping in mind that... Actually, I can just take all this, can I? Yeah. Keeping in mind that if I do this, even if I manage to do it successfully, and I figure out something that works, this is still going to be a fucking nightmare to do, like, 1,000 times. Because that's probably what it'll end up being if I do a full perimeter wall. Right. So if I do something like that, I mean, which honestly I could leave those in place. It kind of looks cool. Alright. Yeah, that's not really what I was hoping for, but... Top. Alright, hold on. Well, now I have a question, because what if I do... something like that, right? Does this not... No. I guess, yeah. I guess that makes sense, actually. Fuck, alright. That sort of puts a damper on things. It's not really what I was intending. I mean, that kinda does it, I guess. We do like a sawtooth up here. No, it's like slightly curving, I think. Yeah. Well, I guess to be fair, you just kind of do that. This is a lot of excess stuff. I don't actually intend to follow through with this one, I think. It's just too much. Well, interesting thought experiment, at least. I mean, I still like the idea of doing, you know, something to that effect. Just having these little wooden poles up at the top. And I kind of even like the idea of sort of having them inset a little bit. It's just a matter of actually making it look decent. No, no, not even close. Oh man. Damn. Well, that sucks. I mean, I do like this wall layout though. It's a little thin. It's a little thin for what I would want out of a like a keep or castle wall. I guess it's not too bad. Alright. So let's start thinking a little bigger picture then. So, if I were to... you know what? Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna grab some of that wood that I just... chopped and, we'll lay like a perimeter of what I'm thinking. Something like that. Trees are growing nicely. Still have a little ways to go, but... So for example... oh, fish on the rock. Hold on. Oh my god, get out of the way. I gotta get the fish. Nice. Also, I'm realizing my food ran out. So I don't really want to include this rock. Oh, jeez, look at this guy. I mean, I know I was being still, but I'm not exactly, hard to see. Where's this dude going? He's returning to fish. That was way too high. I used to be good at shooting this bow. Believe it or not. Oh, don't turn around. I'm actively trying to shoot you, man. There we go. So how did you not know? It's going for another dip. Oh shit, another fish. Oh, I'm carrying too much. Of the fish? I guess they are kind of heavy, huh? Yeah, 4 and 4. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. I'll drop one piece of wood. I can't even get his stuff. It's at the bottom of the ocean. Oh well. It can live there forever. Alright, what was I doing? I'm gonna focus here. I'm gonna focus up. So let's build a workbench there. And let's just say something like, I'm not gonna build it in the water, but actually even more so. Let's do something like this. Then I kind of like cut it to the side, right? We'll bring it up one. Okay. Ooh. So this isn't really going to line up with the path we got going here. Not that I think that's like the biggest deal, but I mean, I at least want it to look nice. Maybe that's what I should do then. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's start with the paths. Let's just place like the gatehouses where I want them to be. And then maybe try to build off. Although if I do that with this method, it's not really gonna line up exactly. Alright, get out of here. Oh shit, are you guys grown? Oh. don't know. I didn't think you guys were grown yet. That's nice. Alright. Give me a minute and I'll harvest. Okay, let's see. Let me put that away. And these fucking fish, put them away. Alright. Let me do some harvesting and replanting just real quick. May as well since it's ready. Yeah, part of me now that I'm actually starting to look at, you know, building this wall and expanding, and it sort of feels like it would just be easier to move. That's why we're doing it. We can figure out what the fuck we want to do. We gotta harvest our ground meatballs. I mean, why do they look like that? Looks like salmon roe. What the fuck? Maybe I should look up what turnip seeds actually look like. Maybe that's where I'm falling short. I criticize them for looking like meatballs, but maybe that's just how turnip seeds are. I don't know who just scratched what, but we're just going to ignore that until it happens again. I just realized you can hold E. I've been pressing it individually for every single plant. I feel like a fool. This is so much easier. Oh my god. Oh, that's so nice. Alright. Well, better that I learned it now rather than 50 hours from now. Damn. Okay, the carrots I think can just go back in here for now. Let's just replant all of the turnips though. Should give us a pretty decent lump sum. Although depending on how this goes, probably gonna build bigger farms or bigger farmland. This plot, it's been nice. It's getting me by, but why would I want to rotate the turnip? What? Sure, whatever. But only being able to grow like 150, give or take, things at a time. And considering most of the time I fuck up the planting position so bad that I can only grow like 90. I just feel like expanding might be nice. Which, honestly, it would be pretty fucking sweet if, it'd be sweet if I could find an island. But an island, ah shit, there's already one there. Oops. Well, those two are gonna be messed up. Yeah. You hate to do it, but... Or not. Oh, there we go. One of them's gone. Yeah. Anyways, an island with enough square footage that, I can just make swaths of farmland. But it's not so big that it's, like, uncontrollable. The biggest perk for me for living on an island has got to be the ability to just ignore the events that come up. Because there's just no place for things to spawn. Because you just control all of the land, And, like, 10 nautical miles, you know? Maybe that's what I need to boat around and look for. Manageable islands. I started getting impatient. I might have fucked up the placement on that one. Having enough farmland that I can just do that without having to worry about the space for placement would also be kind of crazy. Yeah, like I think I could probably fit a plant in the middle here. I've left so much space. And it's really on me. I just need to get better at placing things, but I'm so nervous. I mean, there's no way to undo it, right? I mean, I guess I have enough seeds that a little trial and error wouldn't hurt me. What do I have left? 20? Oh, jeez. I kind of want to just keep trying to squeeze them in. It's probably not the best choice, but like 20, you know? I'm at the tail end here. It doesn't look too bad, actually. We got 4. All right. We can definitely squeeze in 4 more somewhere. Although it is nighttime. Ah, jeez. Can I just, like, eke it in on the side here somewhere? Alright. Nailed it. What the hell happened here? Oh, I see. I learned a valuable lesson. I think it's actually the one I killed, but a valuable lesson nonetheless. Oh shit, I deposited all my food. I'm a fool. Just grab like, I want to grab the mushrooms. Let's grab some blueberries. Why not? Big stretch. All right. Here's what we'll do. gonna take one of the carves. They're kind of expendable. So we have 2. And I'm just gonna go looking for, just around the edge of the, the wind's going that way. Why don't I just go that way with it? Just gonna go around the edge of the island, around the edge of the landmass here. I know carve isn't as fast as a longship or a longboat, but I just don't wanna worry about losing this or getting it stuck somewhere or whatever. Also, man, it would be really nice if this fog could go away. Please and thank you. Big preach. You know what? I do want to go the other way. I was going to follow the wind because it was trying to push me this way, but then it just turned to be on my side, so I might as well go the way I actually want to go, if the wind isn't going to do me any favors. So we're looking for an island. Preferably one that is fairly large. All together. I mean, I don't mind if there's little tertiary islands or whatever. But they're just harder to build on. No rocks. Building on rocks sucks. If you've ever played this game and done it, you'll know why. But for anybody who hasn't, the rocks that you see, like these ones on the coast here, are destructible. Trolls can break them. Other enemies, other large enemies can break them. Oh, you know what? Now the wind is not in my favor. It's just decided to slowly creep in front of me. What else is new? Anyways. Yeah. Rocks suck. If somebody, breaks them out front of you, like, say, a troll that's in the water, about chest deep, then it can just undermine your entire house, and, then your house falls down. And potentially even worse so, if you're out in the ocean. As far as I'm aware, the rocks don't count as land in the same way land counts as land. For the sake of determining how high the water can rise. So naturally, you can kind of see there's this little sand line here on the waterfronts. That's typically how high the water will rise naturally, just on a calm day. When it starts to storm, the waves get super high, like incredibly high sometimes, and can just wash up the shore much further ways than they would in any other time. But that's only where actual land exists. Rocks I don't think count, and oftentimes the land that they're on is underwater. So I've had times where I built on rocks that were a little bit deeper into the water, and that shit goes like taller than this boat on the top of the rock. So if you don't want your house filling with water on occasion, you got to build higher than that. Verticality in this game is already kind of limited. I mean, you have stone structures and they do okay, and then you have the iron reinforced structures, and they're kind of expensive but workable. But you don't really want to sink a lot of resources into something like that, I feel. It's just like, damn, I could be using this vertical space for anything else if I built on land. rather than just being the nothing room that gets flooded with water once in a while. Unless you don't mind sticking things in there that are going to get flooded with water, but I'm not a fan of it. So, solid land, large amount of land, or a reasonable amount of land. I want to be able to have like a I don't know, a keep of some kind, a large household structure, maybe like a workshop or something. You know, I want to go a little crazy with it. And I want the farm. I want maybe a place to actually farm trees. And not that I necessarily think it'll happen, but it would be nice to have some connection to a mainland of some kind. Could be kind of crazy. Even if I need to build a bridge of, you know, a certain length. As long as I can do that, I'm willing. If I gotta build I mean, I built some pretty fucking long bridges in this game. Going underwater for significant lengths of it. Just as long as I can actually build it, I'm fine doing it. Like, I might even be able to build in water like this. Just gotta be able to see the ocean floor. Also, man, I didn't realize how slow this thing was compared to the longboat. I knew it was slower, but holy shit. This thing feels like a snail. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm still paddling. So busy thinking about islands. Alright, it's not that bad. It's not that much slower. It is still slower, though. Yeah, actually, here we go. We're getting a little bit of speed. Wind is actually moving in our favor. I thought about, like, in this area. There's this open plain, open pasture kind of spot going on here. Maybe we'll hop off the boat here and take a little look-see. Take a gander. Give it a little inspection. I don't know. We can see it alright from the boat. I thought there was a mountain next to it. Maybe that's it up there and it just hasn't loaded, but I don't think that is. I think that's just tall meadows. Although no, this has to be, because I went down in there and that's where I hit the ravine that was all snowy and stuff. Yes, maybe that is right. I would kind of like... I know I've got a lot of asks. I'm basically making a wish list for what I want out of a building location. Man, it would be nice for some, you know, verticality in the land as well. We're not talking like a full-on mountain, but that hill back there, kind of sweet. Maybe a little, more gradual than that. I like the idea of living on a hilltop and having tiered farms beneath me. Maybe have like a little smeltery down by the dock kind of thing. It just feels right. It just feels cozy. Basically, I'm just trying to construct an empire. Is that so much to ask? Maybe I should live in the swamp. Just live among the trees. Could be kind of good. No, that sounds fucking terrible. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. That sounds awful. Oh, look, sea creature out there. Ski serpent. Here. Pop a shot at it. I haven't killed one of these in this run. I'm just sort of interested in doing so. I think it's gone. Tragic. You know, honestly. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this mountain here. This could kind of be something. This little island off the coast here. I mean, it's not really as far off the coast as I maybe would have liked, but the size is not bad, I feel. It is meadows. It does have more gradual hill-like structure to it. And this could be something. I'll keep this one in mind. I don't really like the little ravine it's got on the other side, though. I'll be honest. Although it kind of adds character. And I don't suppose you're really working with a limited build space here. There's Black Forest on the tip over there, though. Let's see what it looks like on the other side. Because from, what I understand, it should be... There's a river cutting through back there. This should be its own little secluded island. What's this guy got going on here? Just bullying a poor troll. Maybe we should live on this little island. The 12 square foot sandbar. Could be huge. Build like an expansive tower coming off the damn thing. As much as I kind of don't want it to happen, because it would, I'm sure, just shatter the game balance. Although, I don't know, I guess it kind of wouldn't really. And also, who the fuck gives a... I mean, come on, it's a game balance in a single player game, Take it easy. But I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool if you could build, maybe not immediately, of course, but you could build like little planters or something. You don't necessarily have to have designated farmland. Yeah, this little island wouldn't be bad. It's got a lot of square footage. It might be a little too big, but it's kind of got everything you would need. And I do appreciate that. So that's a strong contender. We're gonna keep sailing and think, though. Yeah, see, little rock like this, you would think solid build location. No. Rocks are terrible. And you can't even really chisel them away either, because They break all funky looking, and they're like partially underground, and usually when they're next to the ocean like that, you can't even dig low enough to get rid of the whole rock. It's just a fucking mess. It's a mess not worth dealing with. I think I'm gonna sleep at this little cabin real quick. Before we carry on. I think what I might do is I'll sleep at this cabin, and then when we set sail again, we're gonna swing between the swamps, I think. And then maybe we'll try to hang a left and go south to that little smattering of islands, because I don't remember how big they were. I remember being pretty pleased with them when I saw them. That's why I made a mental note. But I literally saw them one time. Briefly. So. Also, I should really repair this dock. It is kind of in shambles. There. A little bit better. It'll deteriorate again, but I got hit by a troll. Like a part or two ago. Yeah, they should do planters, maybe like made out of stone or something. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Forgot there's no ladder on this side. The worst. Alright, let's try this again. Oops. Yeah, stone planters. Or maybe like clay or something. I think don't you find like tar later? Isn't that a thing? Do like a terracotta planter or something? I don't know. Or maybe even further down the line. Maybe planters that you can like interact with. And you do, I don't know, 12 plants at once. Something like that. 16 plants at once, 4x4. Yeah, I get the strong feeling that this little smattering of islands I found ages ago is probably not going to be enough land. And I'll probably end up coming back to that first island that I saw. I mean, if that's the case, whatevs. But I think I'd be doing myself a disservice to not at least check. I made a point in finding it and remembering it. Pretty rare for me. Remembering things. And I pretty much just hang a left around this, around this swamp. Kind of start heading southwards. Pretty sure this is southwards. Jesus Christ. Pretty sure this is southwards. God. Wait, do their arrows not have drop? Oh god, that explains so much. I never realized that. A bunch of bastards. Why does the ship thing, like, freak out on the right side? Is that normal? Oh, I guess so. I never realized it turns with you. How did I not realize that? I guess it makes sense that it does. I don't know. That never clicked with me. Weird. It's weird being this dumb. I need to turn right a little more. Am I right? I mean left. Direction's hard. Yeah, there they are. See them in the upper left there. Kind of shrouded when you look at them head on. Oh shit! I didn't realize there was a swamp on the backside of this island. Or maybe I did. I don't know. Oops. Well, regardless, I mean, this isn't so far from land that, you know, it'd be that hard, I guess. I mean, that's like a stone's throw, basically. Like the trip bringing home iron would take, even if I had to paddle it, like 2 minutes. That's not too bad. Ah, jeez. And the wind is against me. Alright, maybe a little longer than 2 minutes. Maybe they're a little further than they look, but it would be a shorter trip than what I make now to get iron. I mean, it's still going to be hard for everything. That's all I got. It's still going to be hard for everything. I'm sure it felt like I was leading to a justification, but there is none. Oh, jeez, okay. Maybe it takes like 5 minutes. This is significantly further than it looked, but it also means the islands are significantly larger than they look. So maybe they're actually Maybe they're actually kind of a manageable size. They are kind of scattered, which I don't really like. I don't really like having a bunch of little islands. I'd rather just have one large one, if I can. Should have brought a little bit more wood on this venture. Although I guess a little like smattering of islands, you can make some cool aesthetic choices. Like if I wanted to build just a fat bridge going from like this main island to this little one out here or something. Oh my god, is that a little island? Is that like a rock there? What is that? Just poking out of the water. Oh shit, I wonder if I could build some kind of bridge. Nah, it's way too far. What am I thinking? That is like exceptionally far. There's no way you could bridge that. Unless. No. I don't think there's any way to bridge it, and unfortunately, even if you try to, you probably have to use iron, and if it doesn't work, and you break the iron above the water, those ingots are just going to sink straight to the bottom. You'll never get them back. That's the unfortunate thing. Oh my god, it has a great orb spawner on it. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. Of all the places for a great orb spawner to be on an island in the middle of the ocean. What a world. I'm like heading straight towards the sun. How is this correct? I guess it's like midday. Alright. Get out of here. So this kind of actually flattened out the land just by existing here. That's kind of nice. I like the little like lore stones scattered around too. It's kind of fun. Oh well, the lore stone. There's only one. Only one that I can see at least, but. Interesting. I mean, this central area is so shallow, I wonder if you could successfully build it up. I mean, it's not exactly fulfilling the, you know, the living on the top of a hill fantasy that I had. Are they fucking breaking my boat? Are you kidding me right now? Get a load of these guys. Excuse me. Yeah, you'd have to, like, saturate this thing in buildings to prevent these assholes from coming back and breaking all your shit. I mean, Jesus, come on. I left my boat for 2 seconds. I mean, I guess they don't have anywhere else to spawn, so it's like, maybe it's just like a concentrated spawn on this island. Because where else are they gonna go? Yeah, it doesn't exactly satisfy my my fantasy of living on on a hill. I think the first island does that much better. But it is secluded. It is much more of an island. I mean, I kind of like it better just because of that. And I feel like if we put some effort in... Oh man, if we put some effort in, we could kind of do like... We could bring up the land here. Just use like the hoe to fill it in, you know? Bring all this up. We would still have a little pool in the middle, but we could decorate that. We could have some shit in there, you know? Or around there. Maybe a little I don't know, like seating area. It could look kind of nice, actually. Now, my only concern, of course, is where on earth are we gonna grow shit? I mean, yeah, we're not exactly flush with farmland here. Because, for instance, if let me clear out these stones and maybe flatten this out and pull this up a little bit, and then build, I don't know, a structure kind of along this edge here. So I'm imagining this. I mean, this edge kind of looks like shit. It's gonna take a lot of effort to clear and flatten this. So I'm assuming we build on top of that and then use the already flattened bits for farmland. Maybe that's backwards. Which leaves most of this island for farmland. But all in all, this feels roughly equal or maybe even less than, you know, the farmland I've already got. Which kind of sucks. No, but I really like how secluded it is, though. The thought of never having to deal with another stray enemy again is really, really attractive. Here's what we'll do for now, though. I can't sit here and ponder it all day. I do have to make a decision and go back. I think it makes more logical sense to go for that first island. And maybe that's going to result in me redoing and moving again. Eventually. And if that's what happens, then so be it. Using requirement. Oh my god, I'm out of wood that quickly. Holy shit. I'll clear the island a little bit then. Just gonna build this here. I'm gonna sleep here for the night. While I think. And worst case scenario, it's a little home away from home. I mean, you know what? I kind of like that actually. Maybe we build on the mainland island that we found, the first one, and we just make this a vacation home. You know? It's the come like wind down home. I mean, not that I really know what you can do in this game to wind down, but it sounds kind of nice. Have that little lake that I mentioned. Maybe have I don't know, just some cool docks and stuff, cool scenery, some fun art pieces. Could go kind of crazy. one thing. Let me just stuff this guy under here. Too exposed. I refuse to believe it. Just gonna build a little doodad here. I'm just gonna do something like that. Is that not covered enough? For real? What? All right. What do I gotta do, huh? I thought maybe it just needed to be higher. Okay. I mean, that's not great. I'm gonna do like a something like this. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. I swear the fires in this game didn't used to be that difficult to work with. Maybe I'm crazy, but alright. Do a little sleep for the night. And we'll sail back to the mainland in the morning. And we'll start the move. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to the mainland and I'm gonna start building, start chopping trees. Actually, I know I'm being wishy-washy, but there's a lot of thoughts in my mind. I kind of want to go back home, like current home, and then bring the longship, of course. And haul over like a fair whack of stone. Some stuff for a stone cutter. And then go ahead and just build the stone wall, or most of the stone wall, around the island. Before anything else. And then hopefully, my mentality here being, if I do that, it's going to make chopping the trees much easier. Because I hate when the trees roll into the ocean, roll into the water, and they start to like float away, and you gotta jump in and swim and sort of swim into them, and rub your face against them, and it's just a whole goddamn thing. So I'm just hoping if we surround the island in stone first, which is gonna take a lot of stone, but if we do that first, then we can at least contain everything. At least somewhat. May not be perfect, but I don't think we'll need like a ton of stone to do it either. Well, that's a lie. I think it's going to take a lot of stone. I think it's going to take an excessive amount of stone. But we have like a box and a half. A small box and a half. I should clarify. It's nothing to write home about, but okay. Wind. I tried to go with you. I tried to utilize the wind. And it refuses. Every time with this fucking guy. I know they added like magic shit to this game. I don't want anybody to tell me and spoil it, but I really sincerely hope that there is a magical tool or amulet or something that gives you like strong wind all the time. That would be fucking dope. That'd be so cool. Or like wait, better idea. Scratch that one. I know you can have like mana and shit. But imagine you have like a NOS button on your boat. You pump your mana into it, and you just fucking zip across the water with the strongest wind you've ever seen. That'd be kinda sick, I'll be honest. Special boat with a mana battery, specifically for that purpose even. You don't even need anything on you, you just need to charge it up before you set sail. God, that would be awesome. Probably never happened, but it'd be awesome. I should come cannibalize that stone tower. Actually, I'll use it probably for the swamp first. And then I'll cannibalize it. Just like on my way out. I'll pull a little closer to the shore. Just for this little stint here. Just want a better view if there's potentially a merchant. I doubt there is, but you know, I thought I had searched the swamp up here pretty well, looking for bone mass, and yet. So I'm not gonna discount the merchant being anywhere. Because apparently I can't fucking see for shit. I'm just fucking blinded eyes. Leather corneas. These fish, what are you guys doing out there? Go home. I guess my biggest concern with taking over this mainland island is, man, it's gonna be a real bitch to cover this thing in I assume you have to cover it in workbenches. Actually, I don't know. I've never actually read or understood how you do it, or just buildings in general work. But I know that there is something that stops creatures from spawning. Something about, you know, player presence and where you've built. Just you don't have trolls like spawning in your house and stuff. But when you take over an island like that, if you can do it for the whole island, then you just don't have to deal with anything. Ever. It's all yours. I'm gonna eat some stuff just in case. Not too worried about these guys, but I've had bigger threats from weaker enemies. Also had bigger threats from myself, apparently. And you know what? Honestly, if I did live on those islands to the south, what is this guy doing? What are you doing under there? This silly guy. He's walking on the ocean floor. Get a load of him. What a little jokester. Even if I did live on those islands, imagine me having to sail through this swamp every time I wanted to go back to spawn or whatever. Or like, you know, I'm gonna leave my old house there. Take most of the stuff out of it, but if I ever needed to visit that for some reason, or go to this side of the mainland, having to go through this swamp every goddamn time. It's not the worst trip ever, but it's a slog. Let's be real. So I kind of like the idea of not having to do that every single time as well. I gotta take a fat piss, you guys. I'm holding it. I'm holding it to get home. But it's brutal. All that tea just went right through me. I'm inflating like a balloon as we speak. And I'm drinking more water now too. Can't help myself. I'm about to go full Bear Grylls over here. Oh shit, wait, we're actually gonna have the wind? Or is it just moving to the left so that it continues to be against me? Oh yeah, just moving to the left. I don't know, actually it's kind of behind me a little bit. That might work okay. It did not work, okay. I mean, I've never bothered to craft the raft item. I didn't even see it. Yeah, here we go. I don't think I've ever bothered to make this. I kind of want to. Oh, I just had a brilliant idea. Potentially not that brilliant, but why have I never used the raft to, like, get around the swamp or something? Or, like, you know, if I was on one side of the swamp here and I wanted to cross over, just throw down a raft. That makes so much sense. It's like a disposable boat. I never considered that. I just immediately wrote it off for being a bit useless. But for short distances and high-risk environments, it could actually be kind of good. Could be something to that. We'll keep it in mind. Also, elaborating on my bridge rant earlier, not really a rant, but a mention, if you will. I would love at some point during this run, I don't know if it's going to happen, I don't think I'll ever have the opportunity. I would love to build a bridge between two land masses. Which sounds insane, and it kind of is. They don't have to be particularly far apart. Like, I'm looking at these here. Like, that over there is, I think that's actually plains over there. like within spitting distance of my prospective home. But imagine having a bridge that's stretched over there. I don't even think it would be that hard to do it between these two bits of land, because there's this sandbar here you could use as stability. You need to make sure it was high enough for, you know, like boat clearance, but because I know there's like the riding beasts or whatever. What are they? The locks, something that you can get from the plains. So building on a place connected to the plains so that you can actually get those and use them frequently would be kind of nice. I don't know, maybe that's a workable solution. Alternatively, this gap here was also in my mind. Right? It's not, I mean, it's not small, but it's not enormous, I feel. I guess what I ought to do is I ought to get a metric fuck ton of iron. Like, I'm talking 3 or 4 boatfuls. Like long boatfuls, maybe. And then just do a bunch of stress testing, because I haven't played with the iron building very much. As far as I'm aware, it's the best building material, or the iron reinforced stuff. So you can get the most height and like lateral distance out of it. Which, you know, I still don't know how far that is, but I get the feeling it's probably not far enough to bridge this gap, though. But how do we know unless we try? And also, I kind of have a bone to pick, because if I build on this island, where am I going to go? Like, it kind of just leads into this cliff face if I build a bridge across. And I guess I could kind of combine into, you know, this over here or something. Lots of questions, but I'm still gonna build there. I'm just trying to, yeah, get my mind working so I can consider these things as I build the original structures. Wow, sea's a little choppy 10 feet from shore. Or more like 50, but this is what I'm talking about. That's why you don't want a rock base, because you get like the full girth of the waves, the full throbbing power of each wave will encompass the bottom half of your base. It's not fun. I did it exactly one time, and after burning through like 4 boxes of stone just to have a foundation high enough that the water didn't come through the floor, I promised myself I would never do it again. That fish was so pathetic. Oh my god. Oh, hello there. Fine day to you, sir. Pardon me. I really gotta kill this serpent at some point. He's just there. He just lives there. And I don't like it. I don't like that he exists. I take deep offense to it. Oh shit, get a load of this guy. So majestic. Go into the swamp, buddy. Here, let me help you. Wow, he doesn't give a shit, huh? He took that like a champ. Usually they get staggered and stuff. Oh yeah, go beat up that ooze. Great. Good stuff. I think they should add more traps to this game. I'm imagining, you know, if you're familiar with the game Stronghold 2 specifically is the one that I played. Fantastic RTS. I'm not a big RTS player, mind you, so my opinion kind of is meaningless in that regard, but I thought it was a fantastic RTS. But it had lots of stuff like that. It had like stone traps and like log traps and burning log traps and tar. You know, you could set up a bunch of castle defenses and things, and just really cool. The amount of stuff you could do. I feel like it would really benefit this game to have something like that. Just the idea of, because I'm imagining I build an asylum, I cover it with workbenches, I, you know, go through all the steps to monster-proof it or whatever. You know, stuff's not going to spawn there if I get attacked. But imagine I get the ground is shaking. That event where it just spawns trolls and only trolls. And they start coming from the mainland and they wade over in the water. And then what do they start doing? They start bashing on my walls, right? Well, I'm just, you know, I don't know how well I can fight them, especially if they're in the water and stuff. I guess I just get up and start shooting them with my bow. It would just be nice to have a reward for, like, forward thinking and preparation. To just be like, oh, you're getting attacked? Well, good thing you put a bucket with a bunch of rocks in it at the top of the wall. And you drop it on them and it just batters the shit out of them, and, you know, I don't know, it could be cool. Or, oh, you used 200 wood to create a log trap that rolls 20 logs down towards the enemy, and it just steamrolls anything in its path. There you go. Good job. Just my 2 cents. I don't feel like it would be that difficult to code up. I mean, especially the log stuff. You know, I mean, it would be kind of silly because I feel like we'd have to build off of their existing, you know, break a log, you get wood. So how do you build the trap? Okay, you use like 150, 200 wood, something like that. That's kind of a crazy amount. Maybe like 20 or 40 wood or something. But you build that, and then it just creates, you know, a stopper and a little ramp to drop a bunch of physical logs. But obviously you don't want those logs to give more wood than you used. Maybe have them break more easily or something, or break after a given time, or maybe just have them, you know, you just have to go refarm them. They turn into like a generic hodgepodge of wood that you just have to re-break and rearm the trap with. But then you kind of have this loop then of you break a log, you get wood, you use the wood to create a log, and then you break the log that fell to get the wood, and kind of nonsense. Alright. I was trying to yap more to avoid the sensation of having to piss, but I can't avoid it any longer. I'm going to turn this on. Hold on. Alright. I'm going to be right back real quick. I can't hold it any longer, guys. I gotta run. Oh my god. Alright. Whew, we made it. We're good. Damn, that was brutal. I had to piss so bad. Oh. We're good. Back to sucking down liquids. As is tradition. Anyways. Yeah. I think more conventional medieval traps would be cool. Be a cool addition to the game. I think it would also maybe help, and I think there's other things you could maybe do, other preventative things or alternative things to fix it as well. But I think it would help maybe curb the... Because I remember when I played before this was the case, I assume it still is, but the weird, like... I don't know, I hate, in general, but in games especially, the need or the feeling of the need to hyper optimize. And I feel like this game does a good job of like not putting a terrible emphasis on that, and every game is going to have people who want to hyper optimize and do that, and yeah, ultimately people can play how they want. But I just... it just bothers me. It bothers me when I go read like a, you know, I don't do it often, but if I see like a forum on Reddit or some shit, you know, and it's like, hey, how do I get a lot of stone? Because I'm trying to build a stone building. And somebody goes, just build a Greydor farm. And like you can look up a video on how to do it, or like here's my video on how to do it or something. That's like, that's helpful, great, okay. And then you look at it and it's like the most like sterilized, you know, like carve a pit, you know, this large by this large. Yeah, tame some wolves or something, or put spikes in these locations, and I don't know. It just seems like too much. I feel like having maybe some kind of reusable trapping or some alternative might help mitigate that a little bit. Maybe that's a little presumptuous of me, because maybe nobody gives a shit, maybe nobody cares, and I you know, I'm sure it's ultimately me who needs to move past that. But I don't know, it's just lame. I just think it's lame. I think it's lame that people feel the need to do that, and that is in fact like the best way to play for efficiency and whatever. It's a video game. Nothing about video games is efficient. You know? I guess it's like, if you want to be efficient in your own game, do that. But if somebody's just asking, or somebody's getting into the game, it's weird how many people, and not just Valheim, it's all kinds of games, especially online games. Holy shit. You play like an RPG or something that's been out for more than 30 seconds. Full of people being like, actually, if you go this build, it's you can clear raids much faster, and oh, you're not using that build? Okay, you're kicked out of the party. I don't know, it's just obnoxious. Maybe I've been tainted by having to deal with people like that, and now I'm just projecting that anger onto Valheim, but I don't feel like it's entirely misplaced either, to be perfectly honest. Okay. So we're back home, finally. So we need to do some consideration here. I want to fill up as much as I can on the longboat here. So I just need a bunch of wood. We're not even really a bunch of wood. And in fact, is this maybe enough? No, I'll bring a full stack. I'll bring a full stack of wood. That'll cover the rest of that stuff, and then I'll just bring as much stone as it can handle. As much as I can possibly fit into that. Okay, here's somebody scratching at my shit out here. Who's doing it? Who is it? Maybe there wasn't anybody out here. Let's pick some turnips. I guess I kind of treat it like oh, something over there being attacked. I see. I kind of treat it in a way like Stardew Valley a little bit. I'm you know, I know Stardew Valley is like meant to be a laid back game and all that, and you know, just to be able to chill. I unfortunately am that way with Stardew Valley, where I feel like I have to optimize my gameplay, and I try to be very efficient and, you know, make loads of gold and shit, and always go with the basic farm because you got the most farming space with it, and ultimately once you get to the end game, the biggest factor is money. So I tend to be that way with Stardew Valley. But even then, there are people who are worse. I feel like there's something to be gained in seeing the value of sort of the routine, you know? For lack of a better word, the monotony. I think I talked about this in one of my earlier videos too. I'm trying to take this outlook more so on a lot of things I do. But this sort of mentality of like a monkish mentality, where like the process itself is the reward and the good, you know? Maybe that's weird, but I think it would be a great habit to build upon. Okay. I have every piece of stone, I think, in the entire house. I'm just gonna waddle my ass down to the boat. Yeah, I wonder if there's any such thing as like a I don't know if I'm even using the phrase correctly, like a dry dock or something. I just like the idea of being able to load the boats without having to be in the boat. You know, like this one here. You can reach it from the side. So I can just get all the shit in my pockets, waddle over. There you go. Let's do 2 stacks of stone. I'm gonna fill the boat totally with stone. I also need to grab 2 stacks of wood, and then I also want to grab some iron, some smelted iron. which actually I don't even know if I have the weight for. Actually, I'll grab like 4. 4 iron should do me just fine. I can kind of rotate it out. Ooh, how much does that weigh? Oh, it was 12? Oh, fuck me. Of course it does. Okay. Let's just, like 2 more. Yeah, there we go. Sure. I should probably grab a little bit of food to bring along. That's what the rest of the space will be for. What does it take for... What am I looking for? Stone cutter. Yeah, okay. 2 iron, stone and wood. So, everything we've got. Grab 31 honey. I'll grab 31 yellow mushrooms. I will grab nothing else, I think, actually. I think that's fine. Okay. So now we're going to sail back to that little island. But with the big boat. Yeah, maybe just I'm just thinking earlier about a whole power gaming hyper optimizing thing. I mean, ultimately, maybe it just stems from me not wanting to force any of my playstyle on people, whether it's casual or power gamey. I just think people often mistake most efficient for best. I think that goes for people who actively play that type of playstyle, and for people who are trying to get into and learn the game for the first time. And it's just unfortunate. Oh shit, man, the wind is like super on my side. Holy shit. That's nice. This guy floating out here. Yeah, there's a weird, it's kind of a weird cultural thing, too. There's such an emphasis on winning and succeeding, which often necessitates, especially in competitive games, necessitates somebody else losing. Which I get it. That's life. People are going to lose. Bad things are going to happen. But it feels like it's such a weird, ingrained thing that the process no longer matters. There is only the ends justify the means, basically. And I feel like oftentimes people talk about that, and they think, well, not that they think, it's oftentimes people say that phrase, that a lot of people just consider that the end justifies the means, and that, you'll hear people be like, oh, it's the journey that's important, and I agree with that, I do. But there's this sort of interesting dilemma where, at least for me personally, maybe I'm the odd man out here. This goes for a lot of advice I receive. is it's real fucking hard to actually implement that in any meaningful way. It really just feels like, I understand conceptually, but it's very difficult to internalize that in a way that matters. It just sort of feels like a throwaway kind of, what are they, like a platitude. I don't know. It's like, for what purpose have you said this? Have you shared this? Like, I get your intent is good. I'm not trying to disparage the people who would give that advice. I don't think it's bad advice per se. I don't know. It's just, and a lot of advice is that way, I guess. It's kind of there in its most blatant form, kind of on paper, but it doesn't really lend any, insight to the receiver on how to implement that. It's just sort of saying the way a thing should be, which I'm sure is helpful to some, but I don't find it to be very helpful. It's taken years of thought and insight, not even specifically about certain pieces of advice, but about myself, to get a little bit better grasp on how to do that. And I think that's what maybe a lot of people need to come to realize. Regardless of whether they're, seeking advice specifically for whatever they may be going through, or even people who don't necessarily think they need advice, and who are just so hyper-focused on, say, winning at a game, for example. Maybe they could do with having a little bit more introspection. Anyways, that got a little bit more philosophical than I had intended, but that's what happens, I guess, when I when I ramble on, when I pick something out of a hat and start to talk about it. My mind just starts to wander. I'm gonna park by this rock up here, I think, and we'll get started. Man, the wind was really on my side for this journey. Shout out to wind. Okay. Let's start by killing that troll. I don't even know if I'm hitting him. Does he even know I'm here? Maybe. I mean, I guess if he's not going to bother me, then, whatever. Did he just get, like, swallowed by the sea? What happened? Alright. That's cool. Good stuff, man. How am I carrying to? Oh. Because I didn't actually put my wood in there because there were no spots. Silly me. Let's go ahead and just refresh our food here. And let's start seeing what we can do. Maybe, well, that's going to lead straight into a black forest. I don't know if I really want to go that way to start with, so maybe I go this other way. Maybe I choose life. Okay. So the good thing is we have these snap points now. And I think that, yeah, bottom 4 is like kind of what we want. I mean, the unfortunate thing is that is 3 good enough? I'm imagining like 2 and 2 and then 1. So maybe I do like that. Okay. Who the fuck? Do you guys fucking mind? Some people. Oh, jeez. Alright. Sorry, you're doing the right order. Silly me. My mistake. Christ. Oh, same screen, dum-dum. Man, this is gonna get tedious fast, isn't it? Well, I don't know, I say that, but... Oh, Jesus. Can I do... Is it bottom 4? Yeah. That's much better. Missing requirement. Say it ain't so. Actually, maybe I do like a... Hold on. Maybe I do like... Right? So that would be straight. I do like that. And I do like a rounded edge. That could kind of go crazy. Well, then it's going to go like here. And that's going to go like there. And that's going to go... Well, that might be okay. I don't know, though. Let me ponder. Maybe I do it like every 2? Alright, hold on. Okay, do like 2 there. Ooh. Okay. I mean, I kind of like that better. Just pick up some stones off the ground to build a stone wall. One sec. Whoa. Maybe I started over here. What am I doing? Let's do that. Let's start the construction of this over here. We do something like that. That doesn't feel like that should work. Yeah, there we go. However, that does kind of give me a good idea of where that should sit. Right. So now if I do it... If I do it properly... properly. There we go. Maybe top 4 is a better substitute. Oh yeah, I mean I kind of like how that has turned out. All right, I think I'm gonna limit myself to only rotating by 1 like degree each time. Yeah, my stone back here. So like if I do this, I can only go like that. That makes sense. Kind of forces me to think ahead too. Okay, I can get on board with this. Get behind that. Let me grab a little bit of wood because I need to build a home for the night. I'm gonna build the most pathetic, slapped together shack of shit that you guys have ever seen. Prepare yourselves. Expert shit shack builder. Perfect. Need a bit of stone. That I can do. How did I take 10 damage from that fall? Holy smokes. Okay. There we go. Expert shit shack builder. Nice. Alright. So, back to stone. I really like how this like divots in. Although it kind of makes sense for the... Yeah, it's fine. Okay. All right. Not too shabby. Now I'm just gonna do the rest of the island. Easy. You know, I'm starting to think as well, this is gonna be exceptionally difficult to do the staggered bricks that I was thinking about. You guys remember that? Yeah, this might be impossible. Unless I just... Yeah, no, I think it's going to be impossible to do what I wanted to do. Oh, no. Yeah, it's a real shame these 2x1 walls are like... Alright. It's a real shame the 2x1 walls are prohibitively expensive. I'd love to build... I mean, I'm sure they're for more, you know, dialed in architecture rather than just big ass surrounding walls. But I'd love to use these instead. Because they're just inherently easier to build this kind of staggered thing with. Let's see. But alas, when has it ever been easy? Alright. I mean, do we keep using these guys, though? I guess I'm just wondering what happens when I actually try to build this up. I mean, I could just go straight up like this, but that feels lame. That feels so lame. I much prefer having the staggered look. Stone arch, stone pillar. God, stone pillars are expensive too. Stone stairs. It's like incredibly expensive. 8 stone for that? Cage wall. It's kind of funny. Build an entire perimeter wall out of cage. Oh boy. All right, so what is the solution here? What am I looking to do here? I mean, it really seems like the only answer is to build the wall straighter in a more castle-esque fashion. I don't really want to do that, though. Just because I mean, I want to encompass this island. I don't want to... I'm not looking to build a castle. I'm looking to build a retaining wall. A protective structure of some form. So it's not quite what I want to do. Just want to see real quick. Hold on. Oh, I do like that thicker look to it. That like meteor wall. Very nice. Okay. Damn. Yeah, I didn't even think about this. The fact that I'm gonna be shifting the wall around and sort of weaving it around the island. Tricky, tricky, tricky. What else we got for building? That's not quite what I'm looking for. Not quite what I'm looking for either. Yeah, well, shit. This is really put a damper on things. I mean, I want to build this, but I don't want it to look fucking lame, you know? Like, come on. Have some class. I guess if I was doing it like double thick, I could maybe stack these kind of on top, but have them angled a little more differently. It would just sort of look more like a pile of stacked up rocks, though, rather than a intentionally built wall. Which I don't know how I feel about that. I could also just bite the bullet and do it in straight lines, but... I could also just cave and have the wall be kind of plain or pathetic. How about this? Let me grab some more stone, and we will see what it looks like when all of the walls are in place, because I'm intending for this to be like 3 high, roughly. Let me grab like 20 wood. 20 wood just to have it. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I guess it doesn't look that bad. I don't love the look, but... Did that even stack properly? I think it did. Yeah, no, that one's right, though. Alright, what do we think about that? And I assume I would probably, stick like a pillar or something in here. Something to fill this little gap. Something like that, maybe? That doesn't quite look great. I think that's probably better. Just to smooth in the gap there. I could do it here too, but just for demonstration purposes. I guess this doesn't look that bad. I don't, it's not blowing me away, but if I really wanted to, I don't know, spice it up a little, I could do these pillars on the outside or something. Like give it some, just to sort of break up the wall a little. Damn. I wish he had like finer control over the rotations. Since this is only one rotation, I can't exactly split the difference. Which I guess is kind of a downside to that decision. I mean, I could just redo the wall, though. I could redo the wall, have it be every 2. I guess that wouldn't really solve the issue. Or have it be like 2 rotations per. But I feel like that would look rougher. It would look rougher and goofier. And I don't necessarily know if I want that. Let's see what it looks like 1 layer higher. Because that would be the full height of the wall. Or at least the stone portion of the wall. I think I want to do something else on top. Let's see. I'm starting to realize I should have built some stairs or something. Yeah, this thing is going to take a lot of stone. I'm beginning to understand. I mean, I kind of already knew it would, but you think you know, and then you don't actually know. Okay. Oops. Son of a bitch. That's gonna happen a lot, I guarantee it. don't quite have enough to finish it, but let's just take a gander at this. Yeah, complete Adastone, Jesus. Also, I need to repair my hammer, I'm realizing. Can I not? Can I not stick this just... Oh, but this works? Sure. Nonsense. Alright. Let's look at it from the outside. You know, I don't hate it. I don't like it as much as the staggered, but I hate it less than I thought I would. Which is saying something. It's got that going for it, at least. Damn, it will look so much better staggered, though. It's all about the aesthetic. I guess I can do a staggered keep or something inside. I've got plenty of room inside to play around and do things, and I can decorate the outside and the inside with, you know, bits of wood and other junk, maybe some banners. I'll figure something out. Let's continue with this. Worst case, if I really hate it that much after building more of it, then I will deconstruct it and figure something else out. But I think this is a pretty solid strategy for what it is. Getting rid of my wetness so that I can actually regen stamina at a reasonable pace. I would also like to get the rested bonus. If I can maybe do that. Come on, give it to me. Okay, thank you. And the cool thing is, I mean, these walls look pretty big, but they look bigger on the outside. Oops. Actually, can I, like... Is that alright? Yeah, that works. Guess where I gotta use the snapping, huh? Ooh, out of stone already. Okay. I might use... Ooh, idea. How often do these rocks show up around the edge of the island? Because we got one there. Alright. Take it easy. Oh, boy. Come on. Jesus. Totally unnecessary. Yeah, you too. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I keep building the wall around, but I think I'm going to utilize those smooth rocks. I know I mentioned they kind of suck and never to build on them. I think I'm going to utilize those as points where I will build, like watchtowers. Watchtowers slash lighthouses. They just seem to be periodic enough that I think it makes sense. And it would just be a cool use of them. Also, here's the ravine that I was talking about that I was not a fan of. Although, honestly, I don't hate it. It does kind of split the land in two a little bit. But it, I don't know. Yeah, it kind of does give it a little bit of character. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. And in fact, oh man, I'm having some ideas. I'm imagining like we smooth out these sides here. We build the big keep kind of on the end of this, and have like a Helm's Deep style like iron grate here, along with like a little like dock storage area that's formed almost like a basement. I know that was a lot, but oh hello. Get out of here. Yeah, I could definitely see something coming out of that. A lot of this stuff I'm gonna reassess and rehash with my partner who's playing with me. She doesn't play nearly as much as I do, but I feel like we have a good chemistry when it comes to I mean, a lot of things. She's my partner, for fuck's sake. But when it comes to building things and sort of having discussions about that and just spitballing ideas. So, but yeah, look, see, there's a rock here, there's a rock there, there's a rock like there, and then I think there's one around on the other side. So I'm thinking each of those could be like a tower of its own. Maybe not like a huge tower. Have like a bonfire at the top for a lighthouse sort of deal. Oh, that could be popping, man. I'm kind of liking that idea. But anyways, I think I'm going to... I'll go ahead and just finish this right here. I'm going to wait, I think, to build any more. And in fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the stream. It's been about 3 hours. And I am famished, so I would like to go find something to eat. And I think I'm going to try doing some editing tonight. I might come back and stream more tonight. I don't know, but I do have stuff to do tomorrow, so we'll see. No promises. But yeah, I just wanted to squeak in a stream. Not the most productive there's ever been. But it was nice to scout around, revisit those islands out in the ocean, make a decision on where to move and live. And I think we've chosen a pretty good spot. It's not too far. It's not too far from mainland. You can still go and gather shit and do things. It's not too far from our old base, you know, traveling back and forth and migrating stuff over is not going to be horrible. It won't be great, but it's not going to be horrible. It's got most of the features that I want, and I don't know, I think it's going to be a fun little project, and I'm hoping to make it mine. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Anybody who may be watching now or in the future, I appreciate any and all support. You know, if you guys have, especially, you know, referring to you YouTube viewers, if you guys have any requests or suggestions, please do let me know. It's not even like I'm not even trying to farm engagement. I genuinely just want some interaction and feedback, because I'm a pleb. I'm a pleb at this game. You know, if you have any tips or anything, let me know. Obviously, nothing too spoilery, and if you heard my rant earlier about power gaming, nothing too power gaming. Don't be like, make this super hyper optimized Greydor farm so you can get 1,000,000 stone in an hour. I don't want that. But if you have any cool building suggestions or anything like that, or just your experiences, let me know. Because, you know, I don't know, you're new to me. So, anyways, thank you guys so much again for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.